Hello guys. So as I said, we will cover in this lecture basically that I already told. We learn basically means exactly in previous lecture I already told what is this basically. Okay. And welcome back to my new channel. As I said, my name is Harshdeep and welcome to our Python series. So in this lecture basically we will more focus on what exactly the programming, why we need to use the programming and why the Python choose basically everyone. So we will start then. So basically see, for example, in real time example also I am telling that way. So what exactly mean of program, right? This is not exactly like coding term. Okay, so for example you have the washing machine, you have the fridge and etc etc. There also you have the various buttons and you need to follow like start, stop, power off, power on, etc etc. Also the fridge and refrigerator and all, this is also the program. So what exactly the program in programming language, we can directly say program is basically called as a set of instruction, right? So basically, as I told you, in washing machine also we need to giving the instructions only. So this is called as basically set of instruction. So what exactly the program? Set of instruction. Got it? Now basically what is meant by Python, right? So basically Python, always remember Python is basically one type of programming language. Okay. So basically the Python language we use more often because the easy to use. Okay, why it easy to use? Because the syntax are very straightforward. Just like you can take your example like Xerox copy also. For example, you are going from to printing something and you directly told the shopper, so for example I want to print that particularly. So what they exactly said, they said ki okay, what you need to print, okay, give me that document and then I will print that. In similar way, in Python also, whenever you want to print something, you just need to say as a instruction print, that's it. Inside print you can mention anything, it will be printing. That's why the Python is easy to use. Second, Python is similar to the calculator. Why? Because in calculator also you are doing the 1 plus 1, you are doing the 1 into 1. In a similar way in Python also, without using print statement you can do the calculation in a very easy way. That's why the Python is very popular. And the most important reason, as everyone know, most library means we can say the vast library support, because in Python we have so much library, right? And this is basically generally used for your data analytics, or we can say the data scientist or deep learning, NLP and all that stuff, because right now the generation is going to the AI, and for the AI purpose we need a libraries. That's why the Python is very popular right now, because Python have that much library support. Unaccepted your C, CPP, Java. What exactly problem of these languages exactly means? For example, if you are learning the C language, of course this is a better. Whenever you start the programming you can learn the C language, but after learning the C, CPP, Java, why everyone want to learn the Python? Because of easy to use, it will support the vast type libraries and the syntax are very easy, and in real time also we use the Python for that purpose only. Because for example in C you are trying to write a print like hello world, then you need to mention the hash, include and all that. Basically we can say this is called as a your header files. Then you need to write a main method, after that you need to close that method, and between your main method and closing method you need to write a printf statement, then and then only it will be printing. So just printing for the hello world you need to write a 4 to 5 lines of code. Of course this is a waste of time, this is totally donkey work. In similar way, the C++ is also same. In Java also the same, but not in a Python. Whenever you want to print hello world in Python, you just need to simply word use print, and inside that you need to use the hello, and that's it, you need to run. That is your first Python code. As simple as that. There are no header head, there are no main method, there are no any get ch and all that. Just we need to write the print and then hello, then it will be execute, then you can get your desired output. Okay. Now definitely you have doubt why we are using the double quotes, right, in print statement. Because as see, in every language whenever you want to print the characters, basically the letters, alphabet, you need to give the quotes. Why? Because this is called as a string. We will learn this in depth, then don't worry about that. But right now just remember, whenever you want to print alphabets you need to give the quotes, and whenever you want to print simple 1 2 3, then you don't need to give quotes, it will be printing 1 2 3 only. Okay. So this is just basic. I'm telling about why Python is used and how the Python is very very easy. Basically, whenever you want to learn the Python, the syntax are very very easy, that I'm exactly telling. Now we will moving forward with the first concept of Python, that is called as a variable, right? So in a simple word, everyone remember that what is meant by variable? Storage, that's it. Or you can say the container. What exactly the use of container? Taking the, yeah, perfect, right? So this is called as basically container. Got it? So this is in programming statement, we can say this is called as a variable. So you need to directly declare the variable and give the value, so that in future, if whenever you want to print that value, you can only access that variable. You don't need to access that value again and again. You just simply put variable name, that's it. You can easily access that variable. Okay. Now one more important feature is that Python is that dynamic nature. Why dynamic nature? Because in C, CPP, Java, whenever you want to print, like declare a variable, you need to mention like integer a equal to 10, right? Means whenever we need to mention the data type and then the variable name, and then you can directly mention the value. But don't worry, in Python, basically as I said, Python is what exactly the Python? It's dynamically typed in nature. So whenever you want to print, whenever you want to declare a variable, you just simply put a name and the value, that's it. It will be automatically consider that a is equal to 10, and basically a is equal to 10 means it is an integer. For example, if you are declaring a equal to Harsh, they automatically treating this is called as a string. That's why this is also one of the most important Python feature, that is the dynamically nature. And exactly whenever you want to access, you just need to print, and inside that you just put the variable name, that's it. As simple as that. So this is the basically variables. Means we have the some rules for declaring variable in Python also, like unaccepted like other programming language also. The first is very very important. You always need to remember that variable name cannot start with a number. Means for example, this is basically invalid. Second, if you want number, then give after the underscore or letter. Means for example, if you want to give the number, then you can mention directly, this is also fine. Or you can mention underscore a equal to 12, this is also fine. But whenever you're trying like 1 2 and then underscore and then you are giving the value, that is I'm telling the L, this is basically invalid. Always remember, whenever you want to give the number, it should be at the start only. Sorry, it should not be at a start. You can give in between, or you can give the as a second letter, but not at the start. And the third very basic rule, always use variable name short. Why? Because we have already big value. Why you are using the variable? Because we don't want that value again and again. That's why I'm using the variable name. So that's why always prefer, you can directly mention a, like any alphabet you can mention, or you can mention directly a b c equal to something like that. This is also the possible way to declare the variable. Okay. And what exactly the fourth rule related to? Yes, as per every programming language, we have the variable rules. Basically that's what I am telling here, the what exactly the variables rules are there, right? So for example, you already know these three basic rules for the declaration of the variable. Other than this, if you have any doubt, means for example you are asking the any special symbol, like any one of them, is it variable? No, only underscore is allowed. Always remember. And you can mention underscore start and in between anywhere you can mention, this is also fine. Means for example, you can mention only underscore and then the value, this is also fine. If you are mentioning, this is also fine. Or for example, if you are mentioning, this is also fine. So these are the basic rules for the declaring the variables in a Python. Okay, as simple as that. If you don't remember, don't worry, you can watch this video again, you will definitely understand, because this is very very easy concept, right? And now I am moving forward with the data type. Okay, don't worry about this topic, we will learn in depth. I'm just giving you overall so that you can understand what exactly meaning of that. And whenever you are starting exactly the program, then you can remember, oh, we will learn that. So this video is very very important because as I said, this is our first lecture for the Python series, and I am making here your basically strength. Okay, so for example, what is meant by variable, what is the data type, how you can use the print statement, and what are the variable rules for the declaring the value and all that. Okay, so unlike other programming language, Python also have the data types, that is first called as a number, that is called as integer comma float. Don't remember the complex. Okay, we have the complex but ignore it, don't worry about that. The second, we can say it is a string. What exactly the string? Collection of character. And the third is very very important, boolean, and in boolean we have the true and false. Now remember that I am mentioning the true and false, the first letter is capital. If you are mentioning small, this is invalid, always remember. So we have this data type in a Python. Basically the first I am telling that number, integer and float. Integer means what exactly? Basically it will be like numbers, anything. What exactly the float? It's like decimal point. What exactly the string? Always remember, in Python we have various way, like you can mention in double quote also, or you can mention in a single quote also. These are the basically string. Okay, and as I already sorry, as I already told, the boolean, so this is called as only the two simple, true and false. So these two basically the data types that are present in a boolean, that is true and false. Again remember that the true, in true and in false, the first letters always should be the capital. Okay, so this is all about basically the variable and data types. Okay, in next lecture we will moving forward with like how you can declare the variable, means we can say it's like totally practical lecture. Here I am telling theory because I want making, so basically I am making your base only. Okay, so for example in next lecture I am writing a code, then you don't need to like ask like what is meant by this a equal to 293, what exactly the a, what is the equal to, and what is the 12, and what is the HAK. So always remember, that's why this is the first lecture is very very important. In this lecture we will cover basically why the Python is used, what is meant by Python, what exactly the programming, and why we need to use the programming. And after that I am making the variables, and there are various rules for the variable. And after that I am giving you the simple example of data type that are present in a Python. Don't worry about list, tuple, set, and dictionary right now. These are the not data type. Always remember. That's why I'm saying again and again, you just need to focus one at a time. You need to focus on this lecture only. If you clear this lecture, then definitely you can understand my second lecture. And this lecture is totally basically we can say the practical in nature. Okay. So I hope you are doing well. Got it? So maybe I will try to upload the second lecture tomorrow itself, or maybe day after tomorrow. But stay tuned, within 1 month we will cover almost 80 to 90% Python. Most of the time I am uploading the video daily basis, but sometimes it will be delayed. But don't worry about all that. If you have any doubt, you can directly reach out to me, or you can directly comment on that video. So I will definitely try to cover that topic. Okay, and please guys try to support. Basically this is I am saying that this is my basically first YouTube channel, and maybe my teaching is very very fast because actually I already teach the in front of students. So this is basically the online in nature. So please try to support. If you don't understand concept, you can directly write in a chat. I will try to cover in next lecture only. Okay, so don't worry about that. So we will best of luck you for our future, because in within 1 month you are like a Python developer, and you can directly apply for the data analysis and data scientist. Why? Because Python is the base of that. So don't worry about, we will cover all the Python fundamentals and the Python library. And if time permits, after the Python, I will also try to cover the SQL and the Power BI. So stay tuned guys. Bye bye. Take care. Enjoy your day. See you again.